Hello, welcome to Kapow Toys Presents. I am your host King Grimlock, and today we are looking at Revenge of the Fallen, Leader Class, Optimus Prime with Battlehooks. Take your face, take your face, take your face! The remold. I get into these occasionally, I really do. He is really just a remold of, and a minor retooling of the original movie Leader Class, which we've had numerous reviews out there and about there on. People's one is exceptionally good and well worth a watch. And he does have a few minor differences, a few minor paint apps, but they're mainly in robot mode. He has battle damage to go with the new of death. I do believe he also has new sound effects. New sound button on the back. That's an old one. Yeah. The button doesn't do anything. Yeah, in robot mode anyway. This is my first time with it. First time with my hands on the toy, getting hold of this one at AA. And you know what? It's really nice. It's really nice, in fact. It's a good, solid, chunky toy. There's a lot of weight behind it as well. It's supremely detailed all over. Really nice. Really nice detailing. For example, the lights at the back are all clear, so you do get light piping through it. You can just about make it out on there. Really nice, and all the sculpted detail on the inside of like the whatever it's called, the attachment to put trucks into, trailers, yeah, all really nicely done, and the sculpted detailing all down the side, all the little rivets, and it's just very, very nicely done. Now, as a non-movie collector, this is obviously one of the toys that you kind of get told to go and pick up. I know a lot of people said really great things about it, so I was keen to get one, so at AA I did, and this guy comes boxed in his robot mode, so getting him into this mode is the reason why I'm doing this video this way round, because I don't really have half an hour of my life to transform this guy back again once I have done the robot mode, because getting him from the robot mode to this mode is near on impossible. I'm sure someone will post, oh, I can do it in 5 minutes. I've done it 3 times. It took me the quickest half an hour, because there seems to be quite a lot where it's a case of you put it together, and it will never quite go, and then you put it together one time and it will just all click into place, and it won't make any sense. You won't know why you've done it. Maybe it's just me and my big clumsy hands, or maybe it's just because I'm no longer a child and can't think like that, so I try and think logically, and if put that into there, and logic doesn't apply to this guy. Beautifully engineered, but unfortunately logic isn't really there. Only downside in this mode, so to give you an idea, I cannot get that to close. Only downside in this mode for me is the gears on the inside of the cab. This is obviously for his Mecha Live gimmick, but it just doesn't really work. It just looks a bit untidy. It looks, you'd be nice to look in there and see seats, even though obviously you wouldn't, but you know what I mean. It'd be nice to just have that maybe filled in with something. The whole Mecha Live thing is a bit of a joke anyway. It doesn't really do anything. It's really a step backwards from things like Automorph and even decent sound effects, to be perfectly honest, because the sound effects are a bit average on this guy. You can just make out on the back the first bit of detail. The highlighted detail in there is some battle damage in there. The paint job is sublime. I mean, really, the toned paint through the front and all up sides, and they've done very well to blend the panels in. There are a few little bits where they've been cast in different colour plastic where it isn't quite right, but the flames work really well. I wasn't a big proponent of the flames one in the first movie when the designs first appeared, but you know what? This truck almost wouldn't work without them now. And overall, this mode is gorgeous. The robot mode, as you will see shortly, is gorgeous as well. It's just the time it takes to get from one to the other. I'll be back in about a week, guys. And the thing you get with a Leader Class toy is, of course, the fact that he's too damn big for just about every camera on the planet. But yeah, I mean, fairly impressive. I'm going to go free cam at some points in this coverage, guys, so if you've just eaten your lunch, I apologise for any motion sickness I may cause. Now, the most different thing between this guy and the original one is, of course, his new toys. His new toys. Oh yeah. Battlehooks. rip open your face. Battlehooks. Now, they were, of course, in the original release, the blades. I couldn't possibly say how the blades are. All I know is these are loaded on a hair trigger. So you only have to look at them funny and they'll release. Now, unfortunately, due to the length of them, you do have a slight problem. The fact that they don't really fit anywhere and you can't straighten the arm with them in. You know, it is purely the fact that they are just too darn long. It's only a minor thing, I admit, but, and as you would for the most part display them with the hooks out, otherwise why would you have this version over the other version, or why would you get this version as well as the other version? So we will leave him as such. Now, the other thing, of course, is the battle damage, and we'll... Come on, stand up, you fool. We will give you a brief tour of said battle damage. Now, actually, no, before that, get used to this, if you do get one.
We must stop the Decepticons.
Because literally, that will happen 10 to 15 times in the transformation. Something will catch, these gears in here will move, and he will say...
We must stop the Decepticons.
Again, and again, and again, and again, and again. It's horrible. I much prefer the I am Optimus Prime, it has to be said, but we're here for a tour of duty on some battle damage. Now we'll start off with the arms. Ooh, handy cam. As you can see, I've had some markings put in there, some burn marks and some scratches. Really nicely done, actually. The paint detailing on that is actually really well thought out. And also you have the same down on the knees, a similar sort of thing, some burn marks, some scratch detail on there as well. And they are the main areas of it, sorry, some on the chest, or sorry, the six-pack, except for the face. And it's the face where I have my biggest problem with, this big black scab on his face, which is a real shame, because the rest of the toy is absolutely fabulous, and a worthy pickup in my book anyway. Worth picking up if you have the original, quite possibly, yes, because the battle damage, other than this, which could of course be picked back out with a decent amount of paints, the battle hooks are a nice addition, and the battle damage is lovely. I really enjoy the fact that they've gone to town and they've put some real effort into actually making it look good. Overall, as I say, I'm not a Revenge of the Fallen fan, but I like this. I can see why people say it is a near-on masterpiece in quality. It's really nicely done, beautifully detailed all over, with some lovely paint apps, and a fantastic, if somewhat convoluted, transformation. Anyway, this has been King Grimlock with Revenge of the Fallen Battlehooks Leader Class Optimus Prime, Leader Class Battlehooks Optimus Prime, Battlehooks Prime Optimus Leader, and we'll see you next time.